So if you want to be a timing belt ninja, here's how you do it. So actually, I was just looking at it. I didn't realize it's been about 10 years since we first started making the Ninja tool, which actually wasn't this. This is a prototype, and it was the closest thing we could find for our demonstration today. But regardless, this is a sheet metal piece. The whole premise is that it locks in between the cam gears here. That makes it so that the cam gears aren't going to change their position relative to each other. They will stay oriented properly. And there are little holes so that you can zip tie the gears to the tool so that you can take the whole thing off as an assembly if you'd like. So we sold this for, again, almost 10 years, actually, maybe almost 8 years. But anyway, but with a bottle opener, which was a very popular thing. When we started moving to 3D printed tools, we did this. And this is something I had wanted to do for a long time. Obviously, you can see that it's substantially thicker. It's not complicated to figure out. So that means that it's just that much more stable when it slips in there, as long as you get it lined up properly. So it's not going to kind of flop sideways. So that was a pretty good upgrade right there. This is also strong enough to keep, basically it's strong enough so that you can tighten and loosen these bolts with the tool in there, and you don't have to do your goofy crescent wrenches and vice grip or C-clamp or whatever your preferred poison is on the cam gears or cams themselves. This will actually hold it in place for you. So now we're on to the third generation. So much thanks to Lance Shaw for the suggestion here. It seems very obvious in hindsight, but it's not obvious until you see it, I suppose. So what we've done here, you can see these are duplicates of each other. This one is just much longer. It has these legs on it. So you can see that there are little marks right there. They don't make a whole lot of sense until you slip it in to your gears. And now you can see that the marks perfectly line up with the marks on the cam gears. So I'll let Travis take a shot of that. Basically getting it lined up isn't the most complicated thing in the world, but if you take it out, you're trying to line up this mark with this little thing on the back of the timing or the timing belt plate, whatever you want to call it. So if you're looking at it, you got your parallax that can throw it off a little bit. Sometimes it's just a hair off and you're not sure, well, am I half a tooth in this direction or half a tooth in that direction? I can't really tell. Now it's just right. It's just there. It's just as easy as can be. Still has the holes here so that you can zip tie everything together. Honestly, I would say that's a lot less critical now because you can just take the cam gears off, do your seals, bolt them back on, and then since you have this, you can line everything up properly that way. So pretty easy. You can still tighten it down with this. This is still strong enough to keep it from spinning, which we went through a few prototypes to get it there. That took some doing. There's a lot of material in there. But I mean, really, it's pretty straightforward. As always, if you guys have questions, put them in the comments. We'll try to get to them as long as they're relevant now. If we don't get to them now, we will get to them later. Kyle, do we have any questions? No questions? Okay. So, pretty straightforward. I've got some questions here. Let's see. Okay, so what does it work with? Any 90 to 2005 Miata that still has a Miata engine in it. If you put an Ecotec, a K-Swap, whatever, I mean, I don't know, maybe, but I'd be very surprised. But any stock engine, NA or NB, BBT, 1618, doesn't matter. Works great with all of them. Wrenches aren't the right way. That was a question. Hey, pick your poison, whatever you want. But no, I'm gonna say no. This is dramatically easier. No, there is not a bottle opener on there, unfortunately. I have some thoughts, but I'm not real sure it's worth the increase in cost. And quite frankly, we are up to our eyeballs, and that's probably not the highest priority thing, unfortunately. So might be possible in the future. Don't hold your breath. Probably not going to happen. Can I trade in my old Ninja tool? Apologies, but no. We can't do anything with them. We can't turn around and sell them. So no. Also, these are $12, $13. So honestly, it would cost you more in postage to get it to us. Okay, what is it made out of? Is it cast from a 3D print? I can't remember the exact question. This is a 3D print. This is straight off of our 3D printer. I've talked about this in the past, so I'll just keep it really brief. We use Markforged printers. They are very, very good as a short version. And the material is what's called onyx. It's a carbon fiber infused nylon, so it's very, very strong. It's much stronger than a normal 3D print. So it is straight off of our printers. So, which is part of what makes it easy to change from this to this. It's just design it, refine it, print it. There you go. What happens if you crank the car with the tool installed? Well, if your battery has enough guts to it, that tool will no longer be that shape. It is strong. There are limits. So the cams will basically spin over. It will spit this out, and you will no longer have a functional Ninja tool, but you will have a unique shape, a uniquely shaped chunk of plastic that, again, no longer functional. So please don't do that. I would recommend not doing that. Okay, so they are available now. We are just starting to ship them out. I know we're back ordered on the website right now. The first production run that we did sold out very quickly. We do have more that are going into inventory shortly. So yeah, if you order a Ninja tool now, it will be the 3rd generation one, and we should have more in stock soon. And the same question we get every time we talk about 3D printed stuff: can I have the file? No, is the short version. I definitely understand where you're coming from. We need to make sure that the quality is maintained, and if this is printed on not one of our printers, it may or may not be as functional. It will almost definitely not be as strong. I mean, there are materials out there, whatever, but short version, if you're using a normal, quote unquote, material, that's not going to be this strong if your printer's not set up, all that kind of stuff. And also, there's a reasonable amount of design time in this. So that costs us money. So, Kyle, any questions? Nope, I've covered it all. We may keep it brief today. Pretty awesome product, but it's also very straightforward, so I can only talk about the same thing for so long. Reminder, we are closed between Christmas and New Year's, so just be patient, please. We are also very backed up in customer service and in shipping, which, yes, that's kind of how it always is. Yes, we're working on it. Yes, we're still backed up. So be patient, and we very much appreciate that. As always, follow us on the socials, leave questions, and stay tuned. We will not be here Christmas Eve, believe it or not. Travis, the following week, is that? No, we're going to be out the following week. So it's going to be 2 weeks of no Facebook Live, and then we will have, thank you very much. Stay tuned. Have a good holiday, and we will